Right. Welcome to another episode of Building Your Business. I'm your host, Kelly Sinclair. This is a show for passionate entrepreneurs who want to take their business to the next level. And today we're going to talk all about content and specifically the topic that I love right now, which is Instagram Reels. Okay, news flash. So I don't know if it's like the dream or the goal or whatever, but when you create content, you're always kind of a little bit in the back of your mind going, I wonder if this is the one that's going to go viral. At the time of this video on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2021, I have one reel on Instagram that has had more than 400,000 views. My mind is incredibly blown, and as I watched it climb up, it's been a really funny process to watch over the last basically week and a half of it getting there. I'm watching thinking every time somebody watches that's 15 seconds of their life. Well, at least 3 if we're going to be technical. That's like 15 seconds of their life that they gave to me and my co-star, my husband Brent, whose mind is equally or if not more blown by the fact that people are literally watching this. So I wanted to share today my 3 lessons that I've learned so far from going viral on Instagram and what that means and how you can what you can learn from some of these lessons. The first one is don't overthink your content. So sometimes we think we need to create these like beautiful videos or these carefully curated captions or these wonderful Instagrammable pictures, and it has to be super educational and all of these things. And we look at that list that we created for ourselves and then we think, that's too hard, and then we don't do it. So this particular video, this reel that I'm talking about, was the result of 5 minutes in my living room, right here where I'm standing, and a little Mariah Carey for inspiration. I decided let's do this dance thing. Let's see what it's like. Brent had absolutely no prep, and of course that was what was really funny about it. He's a little bit clunky to begin with when it comes to dancing. But honestly, what it tells me is that all people really want is to be entertained. And especially right now, I think that that's so important that we are using social media as a place to seek entertainment, because there's a lot of the entertainment that we used to have that we haven't been able to have for quite a long time. So we're getting to that point. Social media is about entertainment. The content that you put out there should really demonstrate your personality, should really show who you are and make that connection. So that is really the only filter that I'm using as I experiment right this month with more reels, more personality type, more entertainment type, more just quick, funny, witty, showing sort of that side of me and not worrying so much about like this curation of what that content looks like. I think it's more raw, it's more authentic, and that's what people are clearly craving, because 400,000 people have watched that video. Well, 400,000 views. According to my insights, I've reached like 200,000 different accounts, which is amazing. That's real people, 200,000 people, well, and robots, whatever percentage of it is robots. But essentially, that's my main message is don't overthink your content. Like if that unscripted, sloppy video of me and Brent dancing can get that much attention, then you're overthinking it if you're not just putting yourself out there. So the second lesson from this whole thing, which I will keep my eye on, and I've been curious about ever since seeing some other people go viral, is the audience growth. Okay, so in the last 24 hours, or I guess let's say the last week. In the last week, I have seen almost 300 new followers on my account, which was, let me get my image here. Would like to tell you what that percentage was, because it's really interesting to look at. Yeah, going the wrong way. should have it this. Hold your horses. Photos. Okay, it's not there. Stats. So hey, a little side tip. If you're a business account on Instagram, you go to your account, you click the little hamburger at the top. You're going to see insights. You can click on that. You're going to see your overall growth. So my accounts reached is 373.6 thousand, which is a growth of 3,899%. 161 content interactions, which is a growth of 257%. And my audience growth by 25.9%, which was overall 300 new followers, 40 unfollowed during that time. So a net currently of 267 new followers. But that like 25% follower growth in the last week. So my question that I'm exploring is, who are those people? Are they really the kind of people that I want to be following me on Instagram? Are they potential clients or potential partners or collaborators, people who I actually want to engage with? Currently thinking most of them are not. So that is just a reminder again that the number doesn't really matter on Instagram. You really need an audience that is like your core audience who you are trying to serve with your business. But the more people that see your stuff, the more people that see your stuff. So as Instagram sees my account getting all of this attention and people starting to follow me, it's sharing more of my content. So not just this one reel that has gone really viral, but everything else around it has increased significantly. Previous reels that I've done, previous posts, our story views have like tripled in the last little while. So the people who actually are following, who were there because they wanted the business advice, the marketing and the branding piece to begin with, are now getting more opportunity to see my stuff because Instagram is feeding it with that information. So I definitely think that overall, like not the entire group of like 1,300 people who are now following me are my ideal clients, but I'm curious to see how this goes if I kind of look at it as a filter, right? And I constantly bring back to what I talk about, to my secret sauce, to me talking about branding, to me giving the business advice, talking to entrepreneurs, because even if the people who did choose to follow me aren't running their own business right now, maybe they're thinking about it. Maybe they have friends to do. Maybe they'll share my stuff with them, right? It just gives more opportunity. So I don't think that it's a bad thing either way. And so the third lesson around going viral is reels rule the algorithm. Okay, like point blank. If you create anything, create a reel, because it is what is being fed. This reel was sitting there with under 500 views for over a week before it took off. So it actually takes a lot more time than you think. I don't know. It's like this overnight viral idea. It's not really real. It's taken a week to get to this point, but as it grows exponentially. So the first couple thousand was like, it was growing by 500 or 1,000 over every hour, and now it's growing by like tens of thousands on the hour. So it takes a little more time, but reels rule the algorithm. And so Instagram prefers reels. Instagram shows more reels to people. Instagram also keeps the reels going for a long time. The shelf life is undeniably better than any other kind of social media content you create. A post, it disappears within 4 hours, pretty much. And this reel has been going for over 2 weeks. So I just want to hammer that home. If you haven't jumped on the Reels bandwagon yet, get on it. If you want to brainstorm what kind of Reels should you do, I'm scrolling them lots, getting ideas for different kinds of industries. I've been watching a few. It's funny because obviously Instagram, as soon as you interact with a particular kind of content, it's going to send you more. So go find some people who are in your industry doing what you do and follow them and see what they're doing on Reels. And interact with those reels, because then when you search in your reels, it's going to show you more of that kind of content and you can recreate it. It's not about creating unique content. Brent and I are not the first people to do that Mariah Carey dance. at all, which is really why it was popular, because it's just like different people doing the same content, and that imitation is really what it's all about. So don't feel bad about imitating something, using somebody else's music, using some other voiceover, recreating something you saw that you thought was funny, because your role is just to bring it to the people who you can bring it to. Nobody is serving everybody out there, so you have a part to play in that. So let me summarize for those of you who are catching this at the end. 3 lessons learned from going viral. 1, don't overthink your content. Stop it. Just make it. It doesn't have to be fancy. In fact, the less fancy, the better. Number 2, audience growth is not necessarily going to be your core niche audience, but there's still a lot more opportunity with audience growth for you to reach more of the right people. And number 3 is reels rule the algorithm. Go make a reel, send it to me, tag me, send me a DM, and like ask me for ideas. I love to brainstorm that with you. I would be happy to help. That's it for today. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Have a wonderful week. We'll be back here next week, same time. I want to see you in my DM. Send me a message. Tell me how you're going to start using this strategy, and I'd be happy to help you. Bye for now.